China Mobile is one of the biggest government-owned cell phone companies in China. They do the 5G stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, long story short, they are part of the surveillance kind of routine in China. So everywhere you go in China, I saw some misinformation the other day.
Yeah.
China was trying to say that America has more surveillance cameras per capita on its citizens than China does.
What the hell?
China has one camera for every 7 citizens in the country.
Yeah.
It's tied to the local police stations, which is tied to the central government.
Sure.
And what they're doing is trying to make a huge network for in the end for the social credit system, which has only been rolled out in certain cities, right?
Right.
It's supposed to be a nationwide thing. They're testing it in certain cities.
Sure.
But what they do is they set up this surveillance network, and they're trying to brag that they're keeping cities safe because of the surveillance. So what China Mobile did, which is a government, keep in mind, it's not a private company.
No.
A government branch is saying that they can look at citizens and prevent crimes by speaking to them through the camera.
Now, okay, before we even play this.
Yes.
A lot of people have probably seen this because it's been floating around. I'll put it in the background. And it's a bunch of bollocks. First of all, you're never going to have the manpower to man every single camera to look at every single citizen. Maybe in a very small town you'd be able to pull this off, which is what they're showing here, a very small town. Still, the setup they have is so jank. We're just going to show you, and we'll talk as we go along. So let's see what's going on here.
Hey, wait. 朱明，你那位，你在干什么？住手！
So...
Yeah, what's going on here? The guy was cutting down a tree.
Illegally, yeah.
It's like, what are you doing? So he runs off. Yeah.
到南塘这边的树林有情况，麻烦村干部过来一下。
They had all these cute things in here.
Here's a village official. I gotta say, he looks like a village official. He's exactly what they look like.
You know what's funny is that usually they'll get someone like handsome to pretend to be show a fantasy.
That's a
real village official.
They always wear those like kind of fake leather jacket type
and
things.
those striped sweaters or the boss shirts.
Yeah, Laoban shirt.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's like, stop! You can't cut down trees illegally. He's like, this is my own tree. Okay.
是的，自己家的树也要办拟木采伐许可证，不能自己。
She's just telling him the fine details of having to have a license, to cut down trees.
随便私自砍伐的。
走，跟我到城管去登记好。
Now come with me to the, council department.
Okay, so I want to point something out here.
Right.
Okay, everyone, you have to know this is fake, right? This video is not fake. This is made to make people believe this is how it really is.
This is not how it is.
They don't have the technology to do this, but they're trying, right?
Yeah.
So what
it's a proof of concept kind of thing.
This is kind of terrifying to me because what they're doing is this is positive. This is considered positive. Like an American out there will be watching this and say, this is an actual Black Mirror nightmare.
I like the fact that it's Peaceful Village 2.0.
Well, I was going to get into that, yeah. So the average Westerner will say, hey, this is like Black Mirror. This is horrifying, right? But the average Chinese person in the village will say, well, guess I won't commit crimes now, right? This is what the motivation is,
sure.
right? To brag about technology. But look at this room. Mm-hmm. This is such a local village CCP room, if I ever did see one. Mm-hmm. And it's running like lines down it. It's got shit all over the wall.
Yeah.
This is such a CCP room.
They got some random, like, cheap TV stuck on the wall as a monitor, and this woman sitting at a desk with her cup of tea and a plant.
Yes.
Anyway, let's see what she says next.
你害怕？你害怕？我哪怕嘞？我要死去！
喂，阿姨，你好，手上。
So for those of you listening at home, she's calling out a middle-aged woman. She's like, "Hey, auntie, what's that in your hands?"
拿的是什么？不用藏，阿姨，我都看到了。
Stop hiding
it. Yeah, don't you dare hide it. I already saw it.
垃圾要分好类。
Please sort your garbage. Please sort your garbage.
Can I say what a fallacy it is to assume that anyone in China is sorting their garbage?
Yeah.
You remember the bins, right?
I made a video about that.
Yeah, explain.
In China, it's kind of interesting. And I guess there was a green initiative at some point where they were like, we want to become like the first world. We want to become like an international thing. We want to prove that we can do it. So in all the cities, the big cities, you have a recyclable and a non-recyclable bin next to each other, even in public places. Nobody follows those rules. People just throw in whichever one's closest, okay? I mean, on top of that, like, I've got footage of a bin where on the one side it says recyclable, non-recyclable, right? You go on the other side, they've switched it around. So it says recyclable on the front, but on the back it says non-recyclable. So it doesn't matter which, if you know.
I've also seen ones that have one bin in them.
Yeah,
and it
and
says
it just-
they're separated on the outside.
And the worst part is when the people come to collect the trash, they throw it all in the same bin anyway.
Yeah. It all goes, if you watch the collections, it all goes in the same trash.
I've got a whole
Yeah.
video about it, you know, on my channel, whatever it's called, something about garbage.
This is like a straw man thing where they're like, oh, she's maybe breaking the rules about sorting garbage, but at least we sort garbage. No, there's no garbage.
Anyway,
sorting.
just
Continue.
kind of like they know birds. I got a dude who's this poor
propaganda,
hard-working
yeah.
guy. By the way, what is
This
he
is where the
doing?
propaganda starts.
He's got a bench full of tools. I gotta say, just how they've set this up. He's got
He's
this.
not working in the workshop.
He's got a bench full of tools, which, by the way, look like air tools. There's no compressor or anything nearby. Okay. He's got a crappy little cabinet, and he's nailing a nail onto the back of it.
Yes.
So he's like, "Hey, Master Xiao," she's saying. What does she say next?
肖师傅，
Actually, those are electric power tools, and there's no electric outlet anywhere near there. There's not an extension or anything.
You know what there is, though, is a pile of burning garbage that they cleared out there.
Yes,
It
can you
takes
see
me
on
out
the
of the
side?
picture.
Yeah, can you see where they?
That's where they burn it
that's
right
where they
there.
burnt the garbage. Yeah, okay.
这么晚了还没下班呀？
She's saying, "Oh, you're working this late," and then he says, "Yeah, I'm working late because we need to do more work so that our life will get better."
乡村振兴啊！
Yeah. Only by joint efforts can we achieve the rural vitalization project.
Here's where the CCP propaganda comes
yeah, I mean, who says that?
This is, you don't talk about rural vitalization
No.
when you're on
要
an
搞好啊，
overlord
要搞起来
camera.
需要我们大家一起努力，但是也要休息好，不能太累。
But good rest is also important. Don't forget to get yourself too tired. Don't
you know
get
what?
yourself
You know
too
what I'm
tired.
gonna do?
What?
The next time that mail truck comes down the long driveway, and I have this surveillance camera.
Yes.
I'll be like, "Mail lady, how are you today? Oh, you're working so hard. Thank you for contributing to our national mail project." Let's see what she says.
Yeah. Oh, look, she's got a bunch of folders on her desk, and they're labeled Target Poverty Alleviation Project Files.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's Xi Jinping's campaign for targeted poverty alleviation. This is what I do in my spare time.
So she's like, "Ooh, let me open this
This
up."
is CCP propaganda at its finest.
Yeah. So she's reading that while she's looking
In her
at the
free
cameras.
time,
Oh, what has she got
对
here?
的，
Okay, now we got a farmer. He's like doing the rice paddy thing. She's like, "Mr. Liu, how are your plants this year?"
今年的地种的还可以不？
Good. Next year will be a great harvest.
By the way, all the people complaining that we're reading these, this is for our audio listeners, by the way.
Absolutely.
They
forget,
don't understand.
It's also a podcast as well as
Yeah,
video.
yeah.
It's mainly video, but you can listen to it on Spotify and all that.
现在政府大力支持我们
Our government is strongly supporting our agriculture.
搞农业，补贴也挺多的
There。is quite a lot of financial support. That's what you
That's
say
what you
randomly.
say. After you say, "How's your crops going?" And then you have to throw in the propaganda.
Yeah,
These are
it's
just slogans she's reading.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Okay, let's see what he says. I thank the government. Thanks for village officials' care.
This is a real propaganda video put out by the CCP, guys.
Yeah.
Get that in your head.
Yeah. I just think it's, imagine this random farmer has a drone or whatever it is talking to him.
Yeah.
And he's like, "I thank the government. Thank
Yeah.
for the village officials' care." You know what? That's not far from the truth, because when you're under surveillance like that, you probably have to say
You
that.
have to say that, yeah.
大家不用谢，
No
我们
thanks.
投你
We villagers are all family, and it's like 一家人，我们都是. You see
No
that?
thanks means like don't like you're welcome basically.
They put the stupid bubble up there, which says like, "We're family.
我们都是
We're all family."
一家人。
村都是
Yeah, I know.
是一家人。
Ooh, and he waves off like, "Great, leave me to my work."
Into the village. Thumbs up. We see
see
fields of hope
On fertile lands.
There are diligent farmers struggling for a good life. United and work together for the rural vitalization project. And now you know what this actually was.
Yes.
Was propaganda to scare villagers into participating in the rural vitalization project.
Yeah. We're keeping an eye on you. You rural villagers think you can get away with just living your hard lives?
Yeah. Like their lives are brutal.
Yeah.
These people. It's horrible.
It literally says, "Smart speakers help to build a peaceful village." That's the slogan.
1984 in real life. It's
Yeah.
literally 1984.
It is.
The good news is that despite all of this being propaganda, that was very staged how they put that on. It's just some woman in it with a TV in there and they put footage on it. But anyway,
Sure.
That's what they're trying to do, though. They're absolutely working on smart speakers, 100%.
No, I mean, they already do have.
Yeah. Oh, they do.
Remember they have those drones.
They do.
During the pandemic where they were like chasing
Put on
people
your
back
mask.
in their house.
Yeah, like get in your house or you'll die.
There was also a lot of propaganda.
Yeah, a lot of that was fake, too. Here's our hotel in Shaoguan.
Wow, what a view.
One hotel I stayed in once, it had curtains. You opened it, it was just a wall. I'm not even joking. No one wants to watch someone else take a turd. Okay, I don't care how close you are to them. You just don't want to see
You don't
that.
want to see it.
Look at Mark on the side of the road, turning tricks. Hanging out with a hose. Hey, T-Milk. Hey!
Stop!
I got a question for you.
Sure.
What do you want? Hey, T-Milk.
What? I love that. That is incredibly cringe.
It's very cringe. Your writing style is an inspiration.
Close my eyes, I can almost see it. When I take a breath, you fill up my lungs. And if my mind